I already know I'm late, so let's not do that. Good morning, Diva Nation and WRJR. It's your girl, Miss Diva. And yeah, just really waking up. Had to deal with a series of phone calls, which is why I'm so late doing this morning. So, yes, I am still in my PJs, but I'm comfortable. Um, to the young lady in my inbox, thank you. She said the one thing she likes about me is that I'm real. I don't put on airs or makeup or anything to do this. I just get on here and do me. That's me. So yeah, hair, yeah. This is me. Um, both of these um, questions come from folks out in New Jersey. Don't think I've had anybody from Jersey. I see that somebody's watching. Can't tell who that is, but good morning. Okay, so the first one is from a woman who is dating, as she put it, a much younger man. Um, Her issue with said younger man. Uh-oh, what did I just do? What is all this at bottom? Oh, there's new stuff here. That's kind of cool. All right, okay. I'm easily distracted, easily amused too. Anyway, she's not so sure this is the move. She said he's younger. There. Good morning, Michelle. There are a number of things that she likes to do that he doesn't, and vice versa. Um, so, I asked a few questions. Like what's the age difference? She's 50. He's 41. Okay, that's not a big age difference. Good morning, Arnisha. That's not a huge difference, but oh, excuse me, 31. I'm sorry. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's quite a difference actually. I don't know why I thought 41. But yeah, he's 31. She's 50. So yeah, there is a difference there. And she said that she was trying to get him to show his mature side, grow up a little bit and all that fun stuff. Okay, here's my take on that. They've been together a little over a year. So she was 49 and he was 30 when they got together. So I'm not sure what she thought was going to happen in that 1 year span, but when he's ready to grow up, he's going to do that. Also, it sounds like another case of I got into this to change him into what I want him to be. You can't do that. You knew this guy was 31 or 30 when you guys started dating. And at that age, the 30-year-olds I know are still out here trying to club and, have fun. They may not be ready to be completely just settled. And that was the chance you took when you decided it was okay to date a 30-year-old. So you can't grow up. He'll do that on his own. Nia, my beautiful niece. I heard you guys are gonna visit me, I think. And just said you can't force someone to grow up. Also, men grow up slower than women do usually. Good morning, Al. And I agree with that. If the guy's gonna grow up, or not for us to make someone, because we can't do that. People at your own age. So I'm here to stop it. I think that she, I don't know, almost looks at this young man like he's one of her kids or something. With this, oh, you need to grow up. You need to do this. No. You supposed to be with this young man. So look at all that love. Oh. So you get what you get. I mean, you can make suggestions. I mean, if you don't like his pants, then you should tell that. And hope he takes a suggestion. But at the same time, If that's what he was wearing when we met him, why would you expect him to change now? That's kind of rude and not very realistic either. So when you get into these relationships, there's a stage, you have to look at all that. Um, I don't know if she saw P9 and got all excited or what the deal was, but you have to look at all aspects. Look at the long term. When I get into any relationship, I look at the long term possibilities. Is this somebody I can see myself dealing with 10, 20 years from now? If you're my age and you're acting like a 5-year-old, no, you're not going to be interested in you. Um, but I do know some 30 somethings that have their act together. And this one just may all we know because he's had her word to go on as far as what he's doing. And based on some of the things that I saw in the letter, good morning, T Prince. That's Dario Prince, Lindsay McIntyre. um, I do know some 30 somethings that some things that have it all together. And, with her, we don't really know what what he is or what he isn't doing because we only have her word to go on. Based on what she's saying, he is a good guy. She just wants him to grow up. Okay, what exactly does that mean? And people, like Michelle said, will grow on their own. We are, as women, historically, so supposedly more mature than men are. We mature faster. And a lot of that is because we have that nurturing aspect that a lot of men don't have. So we tend to grow a little faster. We mature a little faster. But that's not giving her permission to dog on this young man when she knew he was 30 when they got together. So I'm gonna need mom to get it together because this is not your child. So also, if she's treating him like a child, that may be why he's acting like one. So, gotta look at her part in this too. Because a lot of times because I've been with younger men, you tend to want to nurture and take care of them. So it almost puts them in a child's place. And you can't do that. If you expect this man to be your equal, act like your equal, you have to treat him like your equal. And Arnisha is saying, I agree. I've had people ask me why I don't date guys my age. They play around too much and run the streets. That's just not my thing. Exactly. Get somebody, be with somebody that's, on the same level as you. If you're a club kid, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. By all means, go find you somebody that likes to hang out in the club. If you're a homebody, you somebody that's chilling at home. I'm that girl. I'm not a person, and I'm not a big club person, so I found me somebody that doesn't do clubs. You know what I mean? That equally yoked thing doesn't just apply to religious purposes. You have to be on the same wavelength, period. And it's not going to be perfect. You're not going to always agree, but if you agree on the foundation, then all you can do is build on it. And Michelle is saying, exactly, he's still young. He wants to go out with friends. He's not done playing or partying, excuse me. The thing is, Michelle, we don't know that because the examples that she gave me almost made it sound like she's looking at him, like I said, like he's one of her kids. Everybody has a little immaturity in them. So I'm going to reach out to her again, get a little more background, and find out what it is that makes her feel like he's, so immature. And then Michelle saying eventually he might even want kids if he doesn't have any now. And Arnisha said nothing wrong going out here and there, but every weekend, nope. I know that's right, girl. Even when I was, into the going out thing, every week, no ma'am. No ma'am. I don't like giving up my money. Especially when I could take a whole bottle of what they're giving me this much in a cup and have it for months. No, I don't. I'm not a club person. Never really have been. And the second one, yeah, Michelle, I'm gonna do more background. I think we're missing a big chunk of this particular story, so it's kind of hard to make an assessment. But again, I'm just offering up an opinion, and my opinion is she needs to stop treating him like he's one of her kids. Treat him like his equal, and then see what direction he heads in. If he runs for the hills, then you know he's a baby. If he tries to hang in there and try to help build, then we know the problem is with her mindset. And then Lindsay saying, T Prince is saying, maybe she should compromise. Shoot, go with him sometimes. Yeah, and I agree with that. And I agree with that because she knew what he was when she met him. He was 30, she was 49. It's not like she had no idea what he was into. Because I'm pretty sure she told him. They may have even met in a club for all we know. My thing is, you can't put it all on that one person. You play a part here too. And I'll bet dollars to donuts, it's a lot of her treating him like he's subservient or like he's one of her kids. I'll bet you that's what it is. And then the other gentleman, this gentleman out in New Jersey, also wrote in saying that his wife's kids are driving him crazy. Okay, that's kind of a broad statement. What you mean? They're disrespectful. They take my car. They constantly ask for money, ask to borrow money, and never pay it back. She does not stand up to them. They disrespect me, and she says nothing, and I'm tired of it. Okay, I would be too. So then my question was, how old are the kids? 18, 29, 31, and 40. I'm like, dang, how old are you? And I was joking when I said it because when he said 40, I'm like, dang, how old are you? He's 49. Okay. So this is another situation where you've got a younger man with an older woman, and the kids are darn near his age. Well, some of them are darn near his age, so there's a lack of respect. Now, I asked where the 18-year-old comes from because, you know, she's got a 40-year-old. She's got to be pretty close to 60. I guess she's raising a grandchild. So the 18-year-old belongs to the 40-year-old. And he's just saying, old enough to work, right? So, here's my take on that. I've been the stepchild. I still am the stepchild because, you know, I kept her even after my biological father passed away. I kept her. Always going to keep her. She drives me nuts. I'm sure I did the same to her. My issue with this whole thing is it sounds like mother needs to find herself and know this is not okay. These two have been married, he said, for 15 years. And this whole time he's been putting up with this. Let's say I'm the jet. If he's not getting any backup from her, then they're going to keep doing what they're doing. And I agree with that because they've been married for 15 years and this is continuing. And I'm sorry, but mom is 7 levels of wrong because she's allowing it. And when I say because she's still giving them money, she doesn't say anything when they disrespect her husband. And see, this is what drives me crazy about step relationships. I had stepchildren. I treated my stepchildren the same way I treated my children. You living in my house, I'm going to treat you the way I treat my birth children. So, but a lot of women have the mindset that that's my child. You don't have the right to discipline it. I'm sorry. You're living in my house. I'm paying bills for you. No, you will respect me in my house or you will get out of my house. It's that simple. And this mother, and I got to reach out to him and find out if any of these kids still live there. I know the 18-year-olds are there because that's a child. But I don't know if any of the other kids still live in that house. But no, you will not sit up in my house or pay bills and disrespect me and think I'm going to put up with that. You are not going to sit up in a house where me and my husband pay bills, disrespect me or my husband, and think I'm going to put up with that. Oh, heck no. See, I'm prayerful that I've taught my children better than that. And I was definitely raised better than that. I don't disrespect my elders. Even if you're a couple years older than me, I'm going to put a title before your name before I address you. My boss is not that much older than me, but I call her Miss Barbara. No, we're not going to do that. And Michelle said, oh, hell no. Nope, I wouldn't put up with that. My ex had kids. I couldn't stand they were so disrespectful. I ended up kicking his daughter out of the house. I was not dealing with that. You know what? I went through some issues with my oldest son. You know, I don't even refer to them as my stepkids because those are my babies. I raised them from 2 and 3 adulthood. Those are my babies. We had issues when he was younger. You know, there was a lot of anger there and, you know, things like that. But I'm not putting up with being disrespected. I did put up with a lot from him because I understood where he was coming from and what he had been through. But after a certain point, it was like, no, we cannot coexist under the same roof. I love you, but no, you can't be here with us. So that actually made our relationship get better because then we learned to deal with each other on a different realm. But this right here, you 40 years old, you old enough to know better. You're old enough to have a child that your stepfather and your mother are raising, but you want to be disrespectful? Oh, hell no, to use Michelle's phrase there. And then Michelle says, my kids try to do that with my husband, and I wasn't having that. I put my foot down. I was not going to let them disrespect my husband. Good morning, Ray. And that's what it is. When you're in a marriage, especially, you have to be a united front. When my ex-husband and I would, you know, we'd have an issue with one of the kids, we may not have agreed on how to handle it, but they didn't know it. You know what I mean? We dealt with the situation at hand, and if we had a disagreement as far as how it should have been handled, we handled that out of earshot because that's how you get one playing one against the other. I got a headache and I'm sitting here, I'm just getting mad at this because I think about, okay, my example, my stepmother is 9 years older than me. So, you know, she could have been my little babysitter or in my peer group. But she gave me the respect of being, you know, not trying to interfere in my relationship with my father or with my mother for that matter. So she gave me that respect. She came in and was my friend first, and it evolved into a mother-daughter thing. So there was always going to be that respect. Besides, if I disrespected her, my father would have whooped my behind, sent me back to Arizona. My mama would have got me too, and so would my dad. No, we are not allowed to disrespect adults. We weren't allowed to disrespect anybody and think it was going to be okay. So how are you going to sit in somebody's house and do that? Ask these people for money and then be disrespectful. So the kids are wrong. Your wife is definitely wrong. And I'm sorry, I'm just trying to figure out why you still there. Well, I understand you respect your vows. You've been there for 15 years, married at least for 15 years. But you need to sit her down and you need to tell her, look, this is unacceptable. This is my house. What I say goes, because clearly it's not working her way. And Lindsay's saying, my ex-fiance has a daughter and we are still good to this day. We had a good relationship with her daughter. She was always respectful and we were always able to talk. And that's what it should be. You know, if I think as a step parent, you have to come in and be their friend. You can't just come in and try to be their parent because, you know, especially if they have a relationship with their actual parent, you don't want to interfere in that. You just want to find your place within that. And it sounds like that's what he tried to do, but it also sounds like the mother is putting up blocks by not dealing with her kids, who are actually not even kids. So I'm sorry. Sit her down, let her know, look, I've put up with this for X amount of years. Okay, there we go. I have put up with this for this many years. I'm not putting up with it anymore. Either you deal with them or I will. And I like I said, I don't subscribe to that, even though you're helping me raise these kids and you helping me pay bills in this house. You have no right to say anything or discipline my kids. No, you have just as much right as I do. Now, there's certain things that I think need to be discussed between the parents. Like when my kids were minors, their dad has been with his now fiance for like almost 6 years now. Certain aspects of discipline, no, you cannot deal with. That's what he's there for. But if they're in her house and they're being disrespectful, no, she better stand up and say something or they're going to keep doing it. And that's the problem I have with this gentleman. You, not only did she allow it, but you did. Y'all need to fix this if y'all want to stay married. Right. And Tar Heel Prince is saying no united front equals papers by Usher. Exactly. You have to be a united front. And you're not going to do that by, well, she doesn't want to handle it. No, you handle it. And then deal with her later. So, that infuriates me. I mean, I didn't do it perfectly. My stepmom and I, we had our disagreements and stuff. But at the same time, there was still that level of respect for her position in my life. And I still have that respect for her. And she has that same respect for me as her adult child. When she talks about me, I'm not her stepchild. I'm her child. And that means the world to me because, when my biological father left here, that was the end of that particular tie. But she still loves me. I'm still her child. Just like my stepkids are my children. I don't call them my stepkids. Those are my babies. Michelle saying, my 12-year-old tried disrespecting my husband after she came back from her father's. And I think it's because her father put things in her head. I wasn't having it. My PTSD was going off. I was about to call my ex, but my husband said not to. And, that's the one thing that I will not do. If my kids don't like their new stepmom, it's going to be because of something she did or said, not because of anything I said or did. They do talk to me about her. So does my micro, my granddaughter. And, they had to come to their own conclusions and opinions based on what she said and done. It wasn't going to be because of anything I said or did. And, I think that's totally unfair. You poison a child against somebody that could be their greatest ally. That was what was going on with my stepmom. When I first met her, I hated her. Didn't even know her, but I hated her because that's what was put in my head. But I was there for almost a month. That summer I was 15 when I first met her. And within a week, I knew she's not a bad person. And by the time I came home, man, I was in love and have remained in love for the last 35 years. So that's it for me. I'm going to go. I need to go put something in my eye. Yeah, and also for my eye is actually open. It's opening a little more. It just hurts. So I'm going to go. I will see you guys back here tomorrow. I was actually given a couple of topics to discuss. Aren't letters from people with issues. These are just some real life questions that I think are very fitting for this format. And it's going to make you guys think. So thank you, Mr. Virginia, for these questions. I don't know if he wanted me to say who he was. Oh, Lindsay's saying, being in a relationship now, I would never disrespect my ex-wife in front of the minions. And they like my girlfriend. Honey, we all like your girlfriend, okay? And see, that's one of the things I love about you now. and for those that don't know, Lindsay is the Tar Heel Prince. He'll be on tonight actually with the Old School Express. So make sure you tune in from 4 to 7 out east. No. Se- 7 to 9 out east. So that's like 4 to 6 out west. Something like Lindsay, right, put down on here when you are. I'm sorry. I'm old. Um yeah, okay. So he is my brother, and I don't like his ex-wife. She knows that now, but she didn't know it during the relationship. Oh, okay. 8 to 10 out east, which is 5 to 8 or 5 to 7 out west. So listen, Old School Express. He throws down. I mean, I have fun. I sit here and I dance all through his show when I'm feeling good. But yeah, I'm not a fan of his ex-wife, but you know what? His kids won't know that. For that matter, she probably doesn't know it. We just don't talk. You don't want to create an environment of friction and and make the kids uncomfortable. You don't want to do that. Nobody wants to feel uncomfortable in their home, or being with their parent and significant other or step parent and be uncomfortable. It's not cool. And, nobody wants drama. Like I said, I'm not a fan of hers, but the kids won't know it because, I may talk to him about her, but nothing negative about her is going to come out of my mouth where these babies can hear it, because that's 7 levels of wrong. But anyway, I'm going to go. I'll be back tomorrow with some great topics. We'll be back on the air live this weekend. I've been going through a lot of things medically that I've had to deal with. I'm still dealing with some of it. So that's why I haven't been on live this week. But this coming up week, Friday and Saturday, Love Unlimited Live, 8 to 11 out east, 11 to 2 a.m. out west. And then the Old School Cool Down, 5 to 8 p.m. out west, out east. 2 to 5 p.m. out west. And also, we've got Mr. Rated L is coming back, y'all. Now, y'all, if y'all have not listened to the Rated L show, you're missing something. There are no topics that are off limits, and it's a talk show. And his format is changing, so now you'll be able to call in and talk to him while he's doing his show. So get ready for that. There's one of my babies. Good morning, Dale. And the Old School Express, that train is leaving the station tonight. 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. out east, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. out west. So get your tickets, get on that train, and get your ride on. Also coming up in the next couple weeks, we've got, now I'm all about old school. Tar Heel Prince is all about old school. But now we're going to have Cloud 9 coming up with the top 9 with Cloud 9. That's going to be on Saturdays preceding the Love Unlimited Live from 9 to 10 out east and from 6 to 7 out west. So he's going to be doing the top 9 songs, hip hop songs of the week on his show. So make sure you guys tune in. We've also got a lot of unhosted shows coming up. You're into reggae or reggaeton, we've got Caribbean vibes and island rhythms coming up. We've got our we got our jazz shows up, smooth jazz and cool jazz. Also on Sundays, give 'em praise, y'all. We've got give 'em praise from 6 a.m. to noon, and then we're also going to start our gospel legends, where you can hear that gospel from back in the day, like James Cleveland and Andre Crouch, old school gospel, and you'll get an hour of that every Sunday as well. Meanwhile, I will see you guys again tomorrow, and you guys be blessed. Love you guys. Bye bye.